on this week's Bondi Vet Top 5.
This is an early scare that I don't need.
If things don't go to plan here, it could get nasty quickly.
At number 5 today.
West of London at Scott's Referral Centre, Teresa has arrived with her 7-year-old cat, Lenny.
Hi, Teresa. Hi, Lenny.
Lenny is booked in to see specialist orthopaedic surgeon Michael Hamilton.
Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Nice to meet you. I'm Michael, and this is Lenny.
Lenny.
Follow me. Okay, so what seems to be the problem with Lenny today?
She's got something wrong with her ear.
Okay.
When I got home, she's losing her balance. She actually fell over.
Oh, really?
And and she's gone a bit floppy as well. So there's definitely something wrong.
Okay. When you saw her falling over, do you remember what side she fell to?
She was falling over to her left.
To the left-hand side.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
She was shaking her head and then just collapsing on the ground.
Ah, okay.
To see your cat falling over when they're normally so full of grace, it was one of the worst things I've ever seen. It was that cold dread that you know something's wrong almost with your child.
She's got her head slightly tilted to the side, but presumably it's been worse than that when she was falling over,
When she was falling
guess.
over.
Yeah, sure, okay. Well, I'm gonna have a little look down her ear, if she'll let me. Okay, all right.
Oh, baby.
Okay.
Oh.
Well, from that little glimpse that I got, there's a little growth in the bottom of this ear canal. Let's see if I can show it to you. Can you see that down there? It's kind of shiny, glistening pink thing right at the bottom. Okay, there we go, there we go.
What is that?
Okay, so that's almost definitely, that's a thing called a polyp. So a polyp is a little growth, it's not a tumour. A polyp is an inflammatory lump. You tend to see these in cats that have maybe had cat flu as young kittens, and their immune system is kind of overstimulated, and you get this kind of inflammatory tissue starts to turn into a lump. Here is my cartoon diagram of an ear. Okay, so here's the little bit of ear that you can see. Here is what we call the vertical ear canal, okay?
Lenny's polyp is growing from inside the middle ear, in a bony chamber called the bulla.
And this is where we perceive balance. And if you have a little growth which sits in here and presses on there, that's probably why she's been falling over. So that kind of fits. In her world, her little horizon is that way. She thinks the world is that way up. And that will probably get worse if we leave her untreated. The best way to remove the polyp is actually to go into the bulla itself and actually kind of remove it at source, if you like. It can be quite fiddly just because of the size of the thing that we're dealing with, and we just need to be as gentle as we can do just because of the nerves in there. But you've got to do what you've got to do to get it out, because if you leave some behind, it grows back. So if you're keen to go ahead, we'll get you booked in for as soon as we can, and we'll get Lenny sorted out.
She's my baby and I love her, and I don't like to see her not right. So I want to get her fixed.
I'll see you guys soon.
Okay. See you
Okay.
soon.
All right.
Thank
Lovely.
you.
See you soon.
It's a new day.
Hi, Teresa. Hi, Lenny. How you doing?
How's she
Off
doing?
today.
Are you okay?
I'm quite nervous.
Oh, she'll be fine. We'll take really good care of her.
At Scott's Referral Centre, it's time for Lenny's ear surgery.
I'm excited that they're going in to help her, but I'm really nervous because I just worry with any surgery there's risk, you know, that she's under anesthetic. I just want it to go well, and I want it to come back to me, and I want it to be healthy again.
All right, so try not to worry. I know it's difficult, but we'll take good care of her. You say goodbye.
Bye, Bubby.
Hey.
See you later.
All right, Lenny. Come on then, let's go.
See you later.
Take care. Come on then.
I trust Michael, and I know he'll do a really good job, but I love her and I need her back. So I just want it to be over, and I want her to be back home with me.
There we go. It's all right.
Hello, darling.
It's all right. She's looking at me going, you so-and-so. It's all right, darling. We're going to sort you out. It's fine. Don't worry. The pre-med has landed.
Lenny's surgery is about to get underway. But no one is prepared for what happens next.
Is that the car there? No.
It was a white car and it was going in that way. Yeah.
That's the one. It's the one with the big hole in the front.
At Scott's referral centre, a car has crashed into the front of the clinic, narrowly missing clients in the waiting room.
Apparently, some lady had kind of come to the junction kind of opposite and had jumped on the accelerator instead of the brake and had went full speed straight into the building. You know, it could have been pretty bad, wouldn't it? But Kim had it all under control. She's on the phone. I think she already called the paramedics. She was on the phone to the police as well. Everyone was kind of looking pretty calm, actually. So I just kind of left them to it and went back to what I do.
Thankfully, no one was seriously injured. Now, Michael can proceed with Lenny's surgery.
Right. So, I can feel the bulla just here. So we're just going to make a little incision just over the top of there. This round, bony thing here is the bulla. We just need to go a little bit further in actually to try and find this polyp now. There'll be more of that gooby stuff. So we've went through the major part of the bulla, and you can see, if you look in there now, looks like a little set of grapes. That's all polyp. So we're going to try and grab it, gently tease it out. We're going to try and be as gentle as we can do because we know there's lots of little nerves in here. If we can remove it in a oneer, the chances of the neurological problems are significantly less. So that's what we're hoping for. We're going to start grabbing stuff now and just gently pulling and see how we get on. So far, so good. I'm just gently kind of grabbing it and pulling it and then re-grabbing it further down. It's kind of a bit like a magician pulling a handkerchief out just piece by piece. Yeah. Come on. This is feeling really, really good. And there it is. I think this is most of what was in the middle ear. So I think the little bit on the left-hand side, it's almost like a little impression cast of the inner chamber, which is quite small. It comes out in pretty much in a one of this one, which is pretty satisfying.
With all of the polyps successfully removed, Lenny shouldn't have any more problems with her balance.
So just going to flush it gently and then we're going to close up. We've done the surgery. It's went really well. We've got a really good kind of satisfying removal of that polyp, sutured up, and, you know, Lenny's going to do great. Feels good.
Lenny will spend the night sleeping off the anaesthetic before owner Teresa can take her home.
I'm looking forward to calling Teresa to let her know that everything's fine.
You're going to feel so much better when you come home from that.
Hey, Lenny. How you doing, my friend?
It's also time for Lenny to go home with his relieved owner Teresa.
You know that it's going to be okay, but there's always that chance that just maybe something will go wrong, something unforeseen, and until you get that call, you just don't know.
Hi, Teresa.
Hello.
You can relax. Everything went fine.
Hello, my baby.
Here she is.
Hello,
Here she
honey.
is. So she's recovered really, really well.
So please, thank you so much.
So yeah, really chuffed with how it went in theatre. We got into the bulla and sure enough there was this little shiny thing, the suspected polyp, and we kind of pulled it and it kind of gently kind of came out in a one. It was really satisfying.
Fantastic.
So yeah, really good. And that's why her neurological signs are probably no worse at all.
She looks fantastic.
No, really, really chuffed with her.
Hello, baby. I'm really pleased they found what they were looking for. They've got it out and it all went really well. I'm so happy.
There you go, she looks great.
She looks awesome.
She looks really good, yeah. So really pleased.
Fantastic.
Over to you for some TLC.
I love Michael. I adore him. He's saved my Lenny. He's remarkable and he's done an amazing job. I'm really, really happy. Are you feeling better? Are you feeling better? Yes. Yes, you are.
Number 4.
At the Royal Veterinary College, 5-month-old terrier Bob is on his way with owner Georgina for major surgery.
There we go. Good boy. There, look, we're nearly here.
Scott and many other general practice vets regularly refer patients to the college to handle specialised cases. Today, little Bob is scheduled for open heart surgery with Professor Dan Brockman.
Hello there, Mrs. Cunningham. Nice to meet you.
All right, nice to see you.
How are you doing, Bob?
I think it was really the quality of Bob's life that made me decide to put Bob through this operation. He's getting increasingly laboured with his breathing.
Just huffing a little bit, isn't
Yeah,
he?
he is a
Let's
little
get him
bit,
into
yeah.
the consulting room.
OK, right, great, thank you. It's not really much of a life for a dog because we can't take him down the park, he can't play with other dogs. It was time to get that sorted. Yeah, you don't mind the vet.
For Bob's cardiac surgeon, it's going to be another challenging day.
The objective of this operation is to try and turn his heart back into a normal heart so that he has not only a normal quality of life, but hopefully a normal life expectancy as well.
Exactly, yeah. Nice long life, Bob, yeah?
The condition that Bob has is called tetralogy of Fallot. He has a hole between the left side and the right side of his hearts. And because he has a hole between the two, he's constantly getting a mixture of oxygenated and deoxygenated blood pumping around his circulation. So his body thinks that he hasn't got enough oxygen, and it's true, he doesn't. But I'm afraid none of it comes with a guarantee. If we don't do anything for him, unfortunately, his blood will get like treacle and it won't be able to go through his blood vessels. And so it's fair to say that this is a very high risk. Doing nothing is very high risk too. He's got a condition that is going to kill him.
I have brought some stuff with me for him, if that's all
Okay.
right. I'll just go through what we've got. We've got your duck. It's your favourite... Oh, dear. No. Your favourite toilet?
To make things even harder, Bob is Georgina's first puppy.
Here we go. Come on, then. And you're going to keep your blankie with you, yeah?
They may have only been together for 3 months, but the terrier is already a big part of her life.
Excuse me. Come on, lad. There we go. We close that up. Your Bob-sized bag, eh? Leaving Bob here today is really stressful. I haven't been without Bob since we got him because we've had to take care of him so closely. We've become very close. And so it's going to be really strange letting him go and letting somebody else take care of him. Good luck, Bob. You're going to be fine, aren't you, eh? You get your lucky collar and you're going to be a champion, Bob, OK? You take good care. We'll be waiting for that call, I think, which is going to be obviously the most worrying part of it and the scariest part. So I'm going to try not to think about it. Thank you very much. Thank you. Take good care of him, won't you? Thank you.
Will do.
Bye, Bob. Good boy. Bye-bye, Bob.
OK, everyone, this is Bob. He's a Lakeland Terrier that's 5 months old, and during this operation we've got to open his heart, close the hole in his heart and open up the blood flow so that his lungs can get more blood.
Cardiac surgeon Dan Brockman is about to start the open heart surgery, which he hopes will save the life of 5-month-old puppy Bob.
We're ready to make a start? OK, cutting. Second clamp coming off. And let's go on bypass and cool to 28, please.
With the puppy's blood diverted through a bypass machine, the medical team can now start plugging the hole between Bob's left and right ventricles with a Gore-Tex disc.
Are you OK on that side?
A second patch will then be sewn over the right ventricle
Scissors again, please.
in order to improve the blood flow to Bob's lungs and get his blood pressure to a safe level.
I've put the heart back in the chest. Hopefully the heart will start to look a better colour now. The open heart part of the operation has been completed now. We're in a very tricky phase, and so I'm a bit nervous in that we've done what we set out to do, but he's by no means out of the woods yet, so we can't afford to lose focus yet. That's a bit worrying because his pressure's falling. Yeah.
The medical team is desperately trying to wean Bob off the bypass machine.
And you've got blood and plasma still going in?
Yeah, plasma, yes.
But the puppy's blood pressure is dropping dangerously.
So I think we tried to make his blood pressure better. It's a bit of a last-ditch effort. Hang on just a second. It's a bit of a last-ditch effort. We're very concerned now that it might be that what we've done hasn't actually helped him. A mean of 50 now.
Bob's condition is rapidly deteriorating.
Has it stopped again?
His heart has gone into fatal arrhythmia.
Clear.
The team are now trying to shock the puppy's heart back into life.
No. Try 50. No. Give him one more shot at 50.
Clear.
Nothing. That's it, fellas. It's devastating. I mean, the whole team puts so much effort into this, and we all do it because we want to give dogs like Bob a chance. And I suppose the only comfort is that without us, he would have had no chance at all. Having done this for nearly 30 years, I can say you never get used to losing patients. It's a bitter blow for all of us. Thank you very much, everyone.
For Bob's owner, Georgina, it's devastating news.
Hey, yeah, I'll show you your tongue. Look.
But she'll never forget her precious time with her first puppy.
Good boy. I think having Bob did change our lives. Bob was just so cute and tiny. I think we probably fell in love with him straight away. Giving Bob the surgery was definitely the right decision. I don't think we'd have been able to live with it if we hadn't given him the best chance that we could have done. Come on, Rocky, this way. Let's try our first walk. Good boy.
Georgina now has a new companion to help cope with her grief.
Good boy, Rocky. Come on.
It's been 3 weeks since she lost her first puppy, Bob, after complications during his open-heart surgery.
Good boy. We've got Rocky now in our lives, so it's mixed emotions because we're still really sad about Bob. We have his teddy at home, we have his collar and things like that. Yeah, look, poor little Bob. He couldn't go for a walk, could he? So you and me, we're going to have a good go today. We're going to go and have a look at the park, see if we can see some birds, find some squirrels. And what a lovely day for it, eh? Isn't it beautiful, eh? We really miss Bob. I really miss Bob. But Rocky, we're finding already, is really going to help us sort of come to terms with losing Bob and really give us the little family unit and the future that we wanted. Here we go. Here we go. Hold on. Yeah, he's a good lad.
This week's number 3.
The locals around here seem to love to give me tip-offs about animals, but now they're insisting I check out a restaurant. Apparently the fish there is amazing.
Hey, how you going?
Good, how are you?
Good. Just wanted a table. Everyone's telling me to come here for the fish.
Yep.
What's the fish that everyone wants me to try? Is that on your menu?
Nope. I think you may have been stitched up here. Come on over. His name's Fatso. We call him Fatty.
Turns out Chris has been lured here for yet another patient. Fatty is the famous pet of restaurant owner Mia.
I'm pleased that you're here, actually.
What? I came here for a meal.
Hey, you can have a meal. Don't worry about that. The thing is, he's just had this little growth on his head. It's been on his head for, getting on to a couple of weeks now.
It looks big. I mean, it's certainly sticking out the top of his head quite a bit, and it's in a very sensitive area between his eyes there. So it would be at the stage now where you'd think it'd have to be worrying him.
With Fatty in the pond, it's hard for me to get a really good look at that lump, but going how quickly it's grown, my worry is that it is cancer.
It's getting to the stage where it's going to be growing into his brain or into his eyes.
Oh.
And then it gets really nasty, and that's what worries me. I mean, we have 2 options here. We can sit back and just let Fatty live his life, but it's growing quickly. Unless it's removed, it's going to really start playing havoc with him pretty soon.
Yeah. It's definitely a worry because, I mean, it's so big. It must hurt. I'm hoping that it's easy fix.
If there is something that can be done, don't laugh, with surgery.
Surgery on a fish.
Yeah.
You're kidding me, right?
No, I'm serious. It is done. Not that often, but it is done. And that, to me, may be his only option.
It might seem like it's a bit over the top and overly dramatic to operate on a goldfish, but why is Fatty any different to a dog or a cat or a pet bird?
The kids love him, and we love him. He's part of our family.
He's some sort of local identity, is he?
Yeah, actually, a regular gave him to us because he outgrew their pond, and we've had him for 2 years since we've been open.
He has family, he has friends, he has fans, and he has feelings. So if there is an opportunity to operate on him, I'm going to take it.
I'm in the process of writing a book about Fatty, so I'd like to just get it fixed and hopefully have an ending to his story. Nice ending.
You're making it easy.
No, I'm not making it easy.
And of course, the final chapter, it's not written. The final chapter, it gets written based on what happens. It's a lot of pressure.
When we have to anaesthetise him in a totally different way to how we do every other animal, so it'll be tough, but I'm hopeful.
Got the right man on the job.
Well, let's hope you mean that.
If this doesn't go exactly to plan, then things could literally go belly up very quickly. Doug?
Wow, Chris.
How are you?
What have you got there, mate?
It's good to see you, mate.
Oh, look at that. That's a big lump for a little fish, isn't it? Come on, we'll see what we can do.
Righto, mate.
In Cairns, Chris and his tiny patient Fatty have arrived at the Marlin Coast Veterinary Hospital.
You can see it. It's a pretty decent lump. It really jumps off the top of his head there. It's almost got two parts too, that bigger part over to one side, and then just towards the front there's another small little lump there.
Yeah, it's going to be very difficult to get out.
Yeah. He just doesn't have a lot of skin to play with on that forehead of his. That's what worries me.
Dr. Doug English will be assisting Chris with the delicate procedure.
The lump's got to come off. Hopefully the fish will be tough enough to withstand that surgery, but otherwise he's going to die. That's a big lump, and if it's growing rapidly, it's some sort of a cancer for sure.
Adding to the pressure, this is the first operation Chris has ever performed on a fish.
Fatty has to be incredibly tough to get through this because this is way out of his comfort zone. It's just a massive, massive ask for him to get through this. So my worry is that if things don't go to plan here, it could get nasty quickly. Based on how much water is in this tank, we work out the dosage of the anaesthetic, and then it goes into the tank and hopefully swirls around, and in that time, it absorbs it through his gills. Here we go, Fatty. All right, buddy, have a good sleep. You see already he's started to slow down in there? Yeah, he's ready. All right. It doesn't get any more foreign for a fish than being out of water. So the fact is I have to be quick and precise and get this operation done as soon as I can. I'm ready, so I'll get him out and then we'll get going.
To keep the little fish alive, oxygen will need to be constantly pumped through his gills.
Doug's job is as important as mine because that is to make sure that Fatty's gills are oxygenated and also that he gets the anaesthetic drug through his system at all times. If Fatty's oxygen levels fall too far, then he won't make it through.
We need as much water over the gills as possible.
I'm just trying to cut as close to the edge of the lump as possible because we just don't have anything to play with. There's no spare skin really to get this back together, so this is going to be quite a difficult removal. As if operating on a patient as tiny as Fatso isn't hard enough, he flies off the table and my heart nearly stops. We now have to get him back into that water as soon as we can. Okay, that's out. Yeah, so that's it there. It's a decent lump. When I get the lump off, it's firm, and there's no pus inside it. I've got no doubt that this is a tumour. But I've managed to get a good margin around the outside, and the fact there's bone underneath means it's unlikely to have spread. What I do know, though, is that if it wasn't removed, it would have killed him. Can we just avoid the wound for just a second? I'll put some super glue on.
Now the lump is off, Chris will seal the lesion with super glue.
He's been left with a pretty big wound on his head, so it's a lot for him to get through.
Doug's doing a great job of flushing those gills with the water that contains the oxygen as well as the anaesthetic drug, but still, Fatty just doesn't look right. His eyes are starting to roll.
It's a bit of a worry, eh? Because he looks dead.
Fatso's now been out of the water for 15 minutes and his body clearly isn't getting the oxygen it really needs.
We have to get him back in the water right now if he's to be any chance.
Just give him in here.
There's just no movement at the moment. I don't actually know if he's alive right now. Come on, fatty.
And normally he flaps his own gills around as a way of getting that oxygen in, but I'm trying to do it a bit for him now.
I'm just worried that Fatso's been out of the water for too long. Right now, it's not looking good.
There's no way he couldn't have gone into some sort of oxygen debt there. Come on, fatty. Come on.
There you go, a bit of movement.
At last, Fatty gives Chris the sign he's been waiting for.
So he's starting to really gasp in and try to get some extra water into his gills. So he's coming around. Wow.
Need a drink after this.
I think I'm okay. It was a very stressful few minutes getting that done, and Fatty is now swimming around, and that is a big relief.
He's looking good now, isn't he?
Yeah, thank goodness.
I think he's going to make it through.
We did well.
And best of all, you can still eat at that restaurant.
Yeah, thank goodness. I love that restaurant.
All I want to do is get Fatty back to the restaurant as quickly as I can so I can relax and Fatty can see Mia.
Mate, thank you. Great work. Oh, let's get you home, huh?
Did someone order some fish?
How'd you go?
A very special fish?
Oh my God!
Look at him.
His lump's off.
I know. He looks great. He looks amazing.
Oh, Fatty. Oh, that's great.
He's only a goldfish, but, you know, he's part of the family, so, yeah, Chris has done a great job. Very happy.
Thank you so much.
So excited. I love it. I'm so excited.
This is the first operation you've done on a fish too, yeah? Or is it not?
Who told you that? Yes, it is, all right?
Well done.
And it went okay.
Yay!
That was hands down one of the best reactions I've ever had to any patient coming home, and it's almost as if she didn't quite expect him to come home.
And look, I don't want to put words into your mouth. The final chapter of this book sort of writes itself. Just be kind, all right?
It's a happy ending.
It is.
Thanks, Chris.
It is.
That's so awesome.
I've got to say, when I first walked in here and was told about how amazing Fatty is, I thought, you know what? He's probably special, but after spending a few hours with him, I get it. Fatty's a big deal. It deserves to be.
Thank you.
Go.
Cheers, Fatty.
Number 2.
I'm just on my way to Mudsheet Farm, which is a really inspiring place where Londoners can go and visit farm animals, but in the city. Now, farmer Tom has given me a call because there's a rather mischievous new recruit, so he's asked me to come up and check him out to make sure that he's A-OK.
Hello, sir. How you doing? How's it going, Tom? Good to see you, mate.
Tom has hundreds of animals in his care, but it's a newly arrived orphan rabbit that's the reason for Tom's call to Scott.
We thought when the rabbit was found, I mean, he was dumped in a box just on one of the entrances to the farm, and I thought when it became apparent that he would need a little bit of surgery, that Scott would be the man to phone. We'll go and see him, shall we?
Yeah, sure. Let's go.
Right, so here he is.
Let's have a look at him. So what's the name of my patient today, Tom?
He's been christened Cookie.
Cookie, OK.
Yep.
All right.
See if we can get him.
Yeah. This wrangling rabbits thing can actually prove quite difficult.
Yeah, he's going to give us the runaround, that's for sure.
Where are you, mate? In classic rabbit style, they are very difficult to catch. I don't think they are that impressed by a vet visit, and they're trying their best to escape my clutches.
There he is.
Come on.
Oh, yeah, got him.
OK. Come here, mate. Okay. You're quick, but you're not quick enough. How's it going? Hello there. You OK?
He seems bright and healthy, and as you see, he's moving.
He's moving very well. Definitely quite strong and healthy. Nice teeth as well. Boy. A little feel of your tummy. OK, well, I mean, generally, physically, he's a very fine specimen, so... Have you noticed any concerning issues or physical traits you're bothered about?
There is one problem that sort of got a little bit bigger.
Right.
Really. I think he may need to be castrated.
Right.
Yeah.
What have you been up to, sir? So once I finally get hold of Cookie and I have a look at him, clearly he's a very happy rabbit, but Tom informs me that he has been quite the naughty boy.
They're just down in here.
Oh, my goodness, they are so cute, aren't they? Beautiful.
Yeah.
And I think it's fair to say that they are Cookie's kids because
they are.
3 of them look very clearly like him, don't they?
Yep.
And how many babies are we looking at here?
There's actually 9 in there.
Wow.
What happened was a bit of an accident. Basically, as someone was going in to feed the girls, they had let the boy out first and he quickly saw his chance. I think he was in there for only 30 seconds, a couple of minutes, something like that. So it doesn't take much time. I think if you would have blinked, you would have missed it, but there you go.
Oh, dear.
We definitely don't need another 30 seconds, do we?
No, we don't need a repeat performance.
No.
So now Tom wants Scott to take Cookie back to the Richmond practice for castration surgery.
Well, let us know how you get on.
Well, come on then, let's go. Hey, Nath.
Oh, hi, Scott. What have you got for us today, then?
Well, I've got a very handsome Lothario, and it isn't me, it's him. He's managed to father some babies at Mudshit Farm that they didn't quite expect were going to be running around, and now we just need to put paid to his stud behaviour.
I think this is the one all the fathers warn their girls about, isn't it?
This rabbit?
Yeah.
Oh, definitely. He wouldn't get past the front door of my place. Seriously, that's it. OK. Well, let's get to work. Sorry, buddy. Oh, ouchie. I know. Ouchie, ouchie. Good boy.
Yeah, all okay.
Anaesthetics in rabbits can be quite fraught because they're quite nervous, stressful animals, and they're also quite delicate as well.
Is it moving the bag? It's just this colour's not great.
Can you just be quiet for a second?
That's a breath.
There you go, but that's moving, so...
Yeah, he's breathing.
Yeah, actually his colour's improving now. It just pushed it back a little bit further. OK.
This is an early scare that I don't need. Cookie's breathing seems a little bit irregular.
If you want to take him through and then I'll get scrubbed up.
But now, hopefully, it's stabilised. OK?
So just looking at his colour, it's gone a bit purpley.
Running into the surgery room, I can see that Cookie is blue and he is simply not breathing.
This colour's awful. Extend his neck.
We set to work straight away, trying to stimulate him to start breathing again.
Can you see breath there? His heart's still going.
Yeah, heart's still going.
Breath?
Yeah, heart rate's come up.
Seeing that Cookie isn't breathing and that he's going blue, it's very, very nerve-wracking. These are very stressful and nervous animals, and they are prone to anaesthetic reactions, basically where the drugs that we use aren't well received by the patient's system, and that seems to be the case here with Cookie.
His heart's strong.
Yeah, you can see the blood pumping through. It's kind of like...
It's good.
His colour's better.
Yeah, but I think we should get the antecedent into him anyway.
I just don't like this. Nathan and I are battling really hard to try and get Cookie to breathe again, and the worry is starting to rise in me. So I decide that we're going to pull out of the anaesthetic altogether. So we give him the reversal agent, which should mop up all the drugs that we knocked him out with in the first place.
You just need to keep stimulating. Come on. Can't feel anything, can you? No.
It's a real battle to keep Cookie alive. We are breathing for him. We are trying to stimulate him to start breathing on his own, at the same time listening very intently to his heart, which is beginning to slow.
Come on, mate.
Cookie has now been unresponsive for 6 minutes, despite Scott's use of numerous medications to try to stimulate the rabbit's system.
It's gone.
Despite our best efforts, Cookie is simply not responding, and sadly, his heart stops.
After battling to save the little rabbit, Scott and Nathan are devastated.
So our patient's passed away, which is heartbreaking. Yeah, we fought valiantly as much as and as hard as we could, but he just seemed to react very badly to the drugs, and you never know that until you give a drug, and then you fight to counter the side effects. And we're incredibly shocked and upset that this has happened on our watch. We're trained to deal with these situations, but unfortunately, this one we didn't win, and Nathan and I are heartbroken.
So how are the babies getting on? They're doing really well. Growing like there's no tomorrow, so yeah, have a look and see what you reckon.
6 weeks later, Scott is back at Mudchute Farm. Tom wants him to check up on some of Cookie's offspring.
We've got 3 that we've decided to keep.
Oh, great.
So they're going to be staying on the farm, so those are the ones that we'll have a look at now.
Nice.
Right, here they are.
Oh my goodness. They are gorgeous.
Yeah, we'll go in and have a closer look.
Oh, look at that. That one's literally a mirror image of its dad.
He certainly is.
Oh my goodness, like a mini Cookie. And just as feisty.
That's it, exactly.
Oh, hello, beautiful. Oh my goodness, these rabbits are so cute. They are absolutely beautiful. And one of them is the absolute picture of Cookie. Oh, wow. What an amazing legacy.
I know,
Cookie.
don't they? They're lovely.
Do we know if they're boys or girls yet?
I haven't had a look yet, because I think they're still a little bit too young, but maybe you can have a look and see.
Should I have another look? So I'm pretty sure that this guy is following after his dad's footsteps. Hey, chip off the old block. All right, sweetheart. So that one's a female.
Yep.
And then last but not least, let's have a look at you. I think this one's also a girl.
Mm-hmm. The examination of the babies went really well, and we've found out we've got 1 boy and 2 girls. The 3 babies will stay here for the rest of their natural lives, so they'll be in a happy, functioning social group, providing happiness to many, many children and adults that come and visit the farm.
Have you thought of names yet?
Well, because obviously Dad was called Cookie, we were thinking about biscuits.
Biscuit-inspired names.
That's it, yes.
Okay. Well, one biscuit that I desperately miss from home is this chocolate extravaganza, which is a Tim Tam. So I wonder if maybe, do you want to be Tim Tam? They're really nice, really nice. And then what about you? What's your favourite biscuit?
Well, I like chocolate digestives.
Okay. So maybe we should go with the brown one on that one.
Yep, yep.
All right. And then I think the English biscuit that I think is amazing is a hobnob. Everyone loves a hobnob. Come on.
So we can call this little one here.
There we go. It's bittersweet visiting Mudchute Farm today. On one hand, I'm heartbroken at not returning with Cookie, but happy to check on his lasting legacy, his babies. As a vet, we're trained to accept that sometimes complications happen, but that doesn't mean that it doesn't hurt. But life goes on, and it's great to see that this Randy rabbit's offspring are happy and healthy and continuing to delight the urban kids who love this special place.
Nice one, Tim Tam.
Maybe we'll go and get a cup of tea and toast your health.
Yeah.
And this week's number 1.
In Atlanta, Arvid is paying a house call to check up on his longtime patient Roxy and her very worried owners Alison and Clint.
Well, hello. How you doing?
Good, how are you?
Good to see you.
Good to see you too.
Good to see you, man. Good to see you. How's it? There she is. Look, she's hiding. She's like, no, that's not supposed to happen. Hey, how you doing? Yeah, how you doing?
12-year-old Roxy has been suffering with a mysterious illness that's left her weak and struggling to walk.
We got Roxy when she was about 6 months old. We had been married about a year when we adopted her. And so she's our first child. It was like love at first sight for me. There was just something about her that I had to have her. And she's literally been the perfect dog for our family.
She means the world to us.
Over the last years or so, she's really just started to get weaker. Started having a lot of shaky legs and just kind of started getting increasing lethargic. She just kind of lay on the couch or on the floor and not do much. Roxy used to love to go on walks. She used to like to go to the dog park and play with other doggies, but she just doesn't seem to have the strength to do any of that anymore. She likes to sing for us, which we can still get her to sing. You want to sing, baby?
See, that's the Roxy we got to get back.
After a long investigation, Arvid's just discovered the cause of Roxy's dramatic decline, a rare condition called hyperparathyroidism.
That's usually caused by a tumor. Usually, those are benign, okay? But that tumor is causing parathyroid hormone, excessive parathyroid hormone release in the body, which is telling the body it needs more calcium, so more calcium is being pulled from the bones. When that happens over a period of time or long enough, it can cause problems. Weakness in the muscles, bone pain, kidney failure.
To reverse the process, Roxy will need surgery to remove the overactive gland.
We're glad to have a diagnosis, but scared, knowing that the end treatment is surgery and that we will have to put her under anesthesia.
We're scared to death.
I see the nerves.
Yeah.
I see the nerves.
So do you expect Roxy will improve in her condition and be able to have quality of life?
Yes. I will say, with the surgery, we won't see change overnight, because we got to give the body a chance to adjust. But Roxy's always been a fighter, though.
Sounds good. Let's get her better.
We're gonna get her better. Is that okay with you, Roxy? There she is. Roxy has been my patient for 10 years. That's a long time. So she's almost like my pet. They become like family. Yeah, we're gonna have an easy day today. And their owners, we all become like family.
Thank you.
I'll be in touch with you real soon.
Yep.
So it's my duty to help Roxy feel much better and to get her on the road to recovery. I got to do it.
Hi, we're here to check Roxy Richards in for surgery. I think we're all pretty nervous. She's not a young doggy and we're a little scared to put her under anesthesia, but we know we don't really have much of a choice.
Well, good morning. How are you guys doing?
Nervous.
We're here.
Nervous. Understandable. Try to go get you some breakfast and some coffee and just relax. And I'm going to take good care of her. All right? So today is here. And we're here to take care of Roxy. I diagnosed her with hyperparathyroidism. We did the ultrasound. And the ultrasound showed that she has a growth in the right parathyroid gland. We're here to take it out.
And baby came.
And hopefully a lot of those clinical symptoms that she was having starts to wane, and she can at least regain some of that youth back. That's the point of doing this surgery. That's the goal.
Go this way. Girl. Come on, girl.
Here we go, girl. Go and take a nice deep sleep, and we'll see you when you wake up.
As surgery gets underway, outside a dramatic storm front is bearing down on Atlanta.
It looks like it's nighttime and it's only like 1.
Yeah.
My goodness.
No.
It's storming.
Oh my gosh. That's bad. That's so bad. Oh my god.
Dr. Edward, it's bad out there.
Unbelievable. Right when we're about to start her surgery, the power goes out. You can't make this up. Do we have a light? Like a...
Yeah.
Of course. Right now the power is still out, and we are trying to get the power on so that I can get this surgery done. The generator doesn't do the lights, huh?
I'll hold my phone up.
Thank goodness for lights on cell phones. You know, my staff, they jump right in with their cell phones and pitched in. Right now, the lights on those cell phones are not only saving this surgery, but potentially saving Roxy's life. So right now I'm looking for the nodule in the parathyroid gland that's causing the problem. These surgeries are not easy surgeries to do anyway, but when you add darkness into the equation, that makes it 100 times more difficult. You want to be able to see. This is unreal. Kira, we're gonna have to monitor her heart and everything.
Yeah, I'm watching her breathe now from here.
Make sure her heart rate's not dropping.
As well as losing light, Arvid is operating without critical monitoring equipment.
So everything is shutting down. The power's gone out, the monitor's gone out. I mean, I guess what I could do is just close her up and do it another day. But I've already come so far, so I'm trying to weather through this literal storm.
And it's not just Arvid who's been left in the dark. Since the power cut off, Roxy's stressed owners have had no updates from the practice.
I know Roxy's mom is on pins and needles. She's probably calling me a few bad words because by now she should have heard something from me and she hasn't. But I don't think I'm gonna call her and tell her that, hey, I'm doing Roxy's surgery in the dark. I got the thyroid and the parathyroid gland out, so I'm done with that. Now it's time to close her up and wake her up. That's what we call improvisation. The power never came back on, but I was able to finish the surgery. Thank God for that. Now it's just hoping that we get this calcium and everything under control so that Roxy can go into a full recovery. Come on, Roxy, let's go. Let's go. All right.
2 hours later, the lights finally come back on. And enormously relieved Alison and Clint are back to pick up their girl.
I feel relieved that we're gonna get to see her. I'm glad that the surgery's over and it went well. I feel exhausted from being stressed all day.
It was an interesting day.
Here we go. This way. Here we go.
Come here.
Yeah. She wants to go to the... She knows where the door is. Everything was going smooth. Everything was going according to plan. Got Roxy on the table to do her surgery. The storm hit, the power went out.
I saw it on the Facebook page that the power was out. I was like, no.
It was crazy. But it all worked out. It all worked out, and I think she's ready to go. I surprised myself on this one. Like I say, we don't ever know what we can do until we're put in the midst of adversity and we're forced to overcome. And I'm just hoping everything goes well from this point moving forward. All right, Roxy, you're on the road to recovery, sweetie.
Hi, I'm Dr. Danny. If you enjoyed this video, then please remember to subscribe to the Bondi Vet YouTube channel. Click on the screen now to continue watching more great content.